Hi, this is Joe Mazumdar of Exploration Insights at the Metal Investor Forum in Vancouver. And today we have with us from Advantage Lithium, VP Corporate Development, Sam Pigott. Sam.
Hey, thanks for having me, Joe.
No worries. So, Advantage Lithium, the lithium market year to date hasn't been doing so well. So, what's been driving that underperformance?
Well, the lithium market itself has been strong. We've seen pricing continually increasing, both on a spot term as well as contracted. The issue with the equities has been concerns raised over supply. So naturally, with the price increases, there's been a supply response from producers, developers, and a flurry of activity for exploration companies. Most notably, Morgan Stanley, late in February, came out with a report calling for the long-term pain of supply. And that has been the trigger for some of the pressure on the lithium equities to date. We've been through that report. It's been highly criticized. We take issue with the idea that the supply can respond as easily as they assume. So we suspect that these concerns are overblown and expect equities to perform better in the second half of the year.
So I've seen some activity. I mean, granted, like you said, like there's a difference between, I guess, the equity markets and the actual lithium market. And in the lithium market, we have seen some investments recently with the Chinese coming into a Chilean producer.
Right. Yeah. So it's a good point. There is a disconnect between the equity markets and the underlying fundamentals of the lithium market. And so you're seeing a lot of activity in terms of mostly Asian companies locking up high-quality lithium assets in the form of offtakes, and more recently through strategic investments and acquisitions. And so the acquisition you alluded to is Tianqi, which is China's largest lithium company by valuation. They proposed to acquire 24% of SQM, which is one of the leading lithium producers in the world. They're doing so at fairly high valuations, 22 times EBITDA, and paying a approximately 15% premium to the trading price. So I think that that's a very bullish signal. When you have China's largest lithium company stepping in at those types of valuations, I think that helps clearly demonstrate the seeming disconnect that exists today.
So if investors get their head around that lithium market is good, what's the advantage of Advantage?
Yeah, so I think there are a couple things there. I think one, where we're located. So we're in the Cauchari-Olaroz Basin. We're the 75% owner of the Cauchari project with our joint venture partner Orocobre. Orocobre has a producing facility 17 kilometers to the north of us. We're also right beside LAC and SQM, who've entered the construction phase of their project. So the infrastructure that all that investment brings is tremendous, and we're able to lever off that. And I think also just the amount of money that's gone into the basin, understanding the chemistry, the hydrology, these are very important de-risking factors that I think eventually, when the time comes for us to attract a partner, I think these are very important characteristics that they will value quite highly.
And Advantage, with their asset, their land package within the Salar de Olaroz Cauchari, they're not just sitting still waiting for somebody to do something. You guys are actually quite active.
Right, yeah. So earlier this week, we put out an updated resource estimate. It was a six-fold increase to the historic resource that we had, 3 million tons at 450 milligrams per liter lithium. Very low impurities, under 2.5 milligrams per liter magnesium. We're continuing on now with our phase 3 drill program. So we've identified 12 drill targets that we'll be drilling out throughout the rest of this year. We have a PEA that we've engaged Worley Parsons to complete by July of 2018. And then we'll be looking to put out a further updated resource early in 2019. So there's a lot of activity, and we're quite excited to see the results of the phase 3 drilling program, as well as the results of the PEA.
What I found interesting with the significant increase in the resource was that also with Orocobre's resource, most of the resource drilling was drilled really shallow, because the idea was that you had higher permeability with less consolidation. But when I was there in November, and what you guys are seeing at depth is you're seeing these deep sandy units below 400 meters that are giving you grade with respect to lithium and potassium, but also great flow rates, which people didn't think actually happened.
Yeah, I think everybody's been surprised by the depth of the basin. We've had great success in identifying, as you said, this lower sand package, particularly in the southeastern portion of our project. Hole 11, which we announced a few months ago, intercepted 80 meters at the bottom of a hole that produced flow rates on average of 17 liters per second, which is quite excellent, particularly when considering production scenarios. So the phase 3 drill program that's currently underway is almost exclusively focused on uncovering the depth of the basin, but also verifying those sand packages at depth.
All right, so for a potential investor in Advantage, what do they have to look forward to in the next, let's say, 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a bit of news. I mean, we have just over $11 million of cash in Advantage, which finances us through the rest of this year. We have the phase 3 drilling program that's currently underway. That'll be about 12 holes, again, targeting the deep sand units. PEA targeted for completion in July. And then early in 2019, a further updated resource, which we expect to grow as well as uplift the category to measured and indicated. So there's a lot of news that will be coming out and some very important technical studies, particularly the PEA.
All right, great, Sam.
Yeah,
thanks for coming.
Joe. Thanks for having me.
Cheers.
Yeah, thanks.
That's it for me. Joe Mazumdar, Exploration Insights from the Metal Investor Forum in Vancouver. Thank you.